Welcome back, everyone, to another session of Half-Rate Heroes. Thank you for joining us today. We rejoined the adventure inside the Feywild. Our party of heroes were traveling to Silvery Moon to investigate missing children. Upon reaching Silvery Moon, they spoke to the High Marshal Methrama Arisume, and he indicated that, from what they believe, children have been accidentally crossing through to the Feywild. And so the party of adventurers followed one of these entryways into the Feywild to be able to track down these children. Straight away, as soon as they entered into the Feywild, they met a satyr named Ticklebottom. And he made a deal, promised to take the party and show them where the children were, and then started to run off. And then after a few moments, he started looking back over his shoulder, and the party could see a look of fear in his eyes, as it would appear he is now running away from the party. So we will jump straight into that moment. Ticklebottom is running away from you all, his little goat feet scurrying as quick as he can. It's the weather today. I've been told I should do weather better. So the weather today is still not obtrusive in any particular way, but the sky is something to behold. There's no single blue with a few wisps of white cloud traveling across the sky. The Feywild has a myriad of different colors all over the place. You've got blues, reds, greens. Clouds have taken on multitude of colors. There's a rainbow of mist through the air that's just dancing around. It kind of gives everything a little bit of a sparkle and a hue that makes everything a bit more vibrant. What are you guys doing as you're chasing after this satyr, or as the satyr's running away from you?
I'm gonna pick Kale up and shove him under my arm and essentially be his vehicle as I catch up with this guy and try to run alongside him.
Okay then.
Allie, you scared him, Allie.
I'm sorry, I didn't say anything.
I'm going to shout "wait" as my command for my command spell.
Okay.
While I'm being football carried.
So, command, and in which language are you speaking?
Well, he was speaking. He was speaking common to us before, right?
Yep.
I would just go with common to start with.
Okay. So, wisdom save from him. Does a 13 save?
It does not at all.
No. Then he stops, skids through the ground a little bit, kicking up a little bit of dirt underneath his hooves as he stops.
So does Nos catch up?
Yeah.
Nos put me down in front of his face. Do it. Put me down. Please put me down. Oh, okay.
Put him down. Hey, what do you want?
I just want to make a quick suggestion. Stop running and just take us very calmly to Agatha's house so we can reward you with a nice shiny object that you asked for. Is that okay?
Who's Agatha?
I don't know who Agatha is. Do you remember who we are? You don't, right?
Who are? No.
Is your name still Ticklebottom?
How do you know my name? What is your name?
My name? Well, you can call me Nika.
Right. Well, what is your name?
I looked at Kale.
Her name's Nika.
Okay.
Hi,
Nika.
What happened? So look, we are looking for some lost children. Can you help us with that again?
Children? I saw some children once.
When? Where? How many? Where are they from? What kind of children?
That's a lot of questions.
It is. Can you answer all of them or just one?
Um,
More than one. There's middle ground.
I saw many children, I think.
Where?
Children are smaller versions of you, right?
More or less.
Okay, I saw smaller versions of you.
Where?
This way, follow me.
Okay. How about you point us in the right direction? You'll be in the middle of the rest of us. Like we're all friends, you know?
So you circle Tickle Bottom.
Yes. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you could just maybe point us in the right direction.
Roll a persuasion check.
Sure. I rolled a 1.
I will show you the way.
Great.
And he points straight forward. That way.
Okay. Well, thank you. I have no reason not to believe you. Because I don't know that I rolled a 1. So off we go.
The fellow's very trustworthy, I'd say. I can vouch for him.
I'd like to see if he's being honest.
Roll an insight check.
7.
There is something very broken about this person's just mind in general. You have no idea if he's telling the truth, telling a lie, telling what he believes to be the truth, or whatever. No idea.
Dude's weird, Kale.
That's normal. That's kind of baseline for the Feywild. You'll get used to it. Or hopefully you won't have to because he pointed us in the right direction and we won't be here for very long.
Right. The children are right over there. Let's go get them.
Ticklebottom reaches into his fur and pulls out a little pan flute and begins to play a little tune. As he does so, the whole place seems to pick up the like wind in the area seems to just pick up and move a little bit quickly. Your very pace just feels hastened as you move, and every step you take seems to be quicker. You feel a little bit more energized as you're moving along towards where your goal is. Ticklebottom skipping behind you as you go, and periodically he will point that way now and just guide you along a direction. Do you keep following his pointed hand?
Allie is going, or I'm going to skid to a stop.
What are you
And I'm
stopping
gonna-
for?
I want to take a look around and see where we're going, or if any of the terrain is looking different, or if we're still just going straight through the forest, or if anything looks a little off.
You're walking through the forest. At best guess, you're headed westward. And if you were still on the material plane, you would be entering the Evermoors right now, which is a swampland infested with trolls. But this is the Feywild, so you have no idea what to expect, as you've never been to the Feywild before.
All right, I will continue following. Now that I've looked around.
He keeps leading you, and then after a little while, he stops. He stops playing his little flute. You guys kind of calm down, a little bit lightheaded, as you feel slight vertigo. You need to run. Quick, go, now! And he tears off as quickly as he can.
I follow him.
Wait,
Grab
Octavio,
Lecadio
hold on.
by the
I
collar.
look for something to hide behind.
What are you doing? He said to run.
See what Kale says.
Don't run.
So, perception check from Ali,
All right,
as you're looking for something to hide behind.
perception check. All right, my passive perception is a 20, And I rolled a 10 plus my 10, so a 20.
Okay. Strangely, out of nowhere, almost, as soon as he says run, and you start looking for a place to hide, stone and brick seems to start to climb out of the ground just off to the side where you're looking for a place to hide, and it begins to grow for you. You find yourselves within a forest, and sets of ruins just seem to appear before you.
Are we doing this teleportation thing again?
Can we explore it?
It's up to you if you explore.
Can we, Kale?
Might as well.
Well, wait, I'm conflicted. He said to run. Why don't we trust in what he said?
It's okay. These ruins practically popped up for us, which means we're meant to be here.
He's lying.
For some reason, that makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know why.
What? Ruins just popped out of nowhere. Can I just put 2 and 2 together, or should I roll insight?
What's the 2 and 2 together that you're thinking?
Whatever we imagine or are looking for just kind of happens to show up when we start thinking about it.
You can believe that, yes.
Okay. All right, everybody, gather around. Don't run off, Arcadio.
All right.
I just want you to think of the children. Everybody, please think of the children.
Were they human children?
Yes, the missing, presumably human children from Silvery Moon. No one told us their species specifically, but sure, we'll assume they're human.
Would we know, or would they still be children? Because of the passage of time and all that?
I don't know.
Couldn't we just imagine Agatha's hut?
We don't know that Agatha lives in a hut. And we don't know who Agatha is, so it'd be difficult to imagine someone we've never met, don't you think?
But I haven't met the children
That's
either.
true, yeah. I just had that thought go through my head just now.
As you guys are trying to think about all of this, trying to get it through your mind, you start to hear giggling off in the distance.
Like children giggling?
I want to giggle
Sounds
with them
like
and
children giggling.
wave in the direction of the giggles.
Okay. It seems to be just kind of coming from all around. And then the giggling kind of gets a little bit louder. The clouds above you start to change in their hue. No longer this bright myriad of lots of different colors. They all start to darken. And then you hear thunder.
That's creepy. And children giggling?
And then the giggling all at the same time. What are you guys doing?
Thinking
I want
happy
to
thoughts.
look for the source of the giggling.
Roll a perception check.
Natural 20. Would you like to see it?
What is the total score?
Oh, 30.
30. Okay. You see a blur of bright blue just run out from behind a tree and then hide and disappear.
I am gonna motion. Very quietly, I'm gonna be like, shh. And I'm gonna slowly, stealthily kind of follow along.
Roll a stealth check.
15 plus 12. That would be a 27.
Okay. You start to make your way through. With every step that you take, you hear the crashing of thunder. It gets a little bit quicker, and then that thunder changes to the sound of hooves hitting the ground. As you move to where you saw the blur, you don't see what was causing the blur a moment ago. What are you guys doing?
We should maybe take shelter in these ruins. If it's going to storm, it's going to be really bad.
Okay.
Welcome, Party RPG. Thank you for the raid. Hey.
Addy.
All right. So, you guys are going to go hiding in amongst the ruins, right?
Correct.
Okay. As soon as you go inside one of the ruins, you see a little shuddering and vibrating form in the corner of the room. It's very clearly a satyr. Dark tan skin, humanoid skin at the top half, but then the fur-legged bottoms at the bottom, and it's just shuddering and huddling, but its face is in the corner of the room.
Hello.
Are you okay?
Looks up over his shoulder at you. Can't see them. They can't see me. Can't see them. They can't see me.
Okay. All right.
I can see ye.
Don't definitely. Oh man. Freaking. I will wiggle my fingers around and cast the calm emotion spell right on the top of its head.
Okay. Immediately, the shaking slows down and stops.
Are you okay?
I think so.
What were you so afraid of a moment ago?
The hunters. They're coming. Can't you hear them?
Sure, we heard something. Who are the
We hear
hunters?
thunder.
Yeah.
The wild hunt is charging through the land. You must get out of its way.
Where should we go?
Just hide.
Okay, do you mind if we hide here with you? Is that okay?
You give me something shiny, I'll let you hide with me.
Allie, give the man something shiny.
Yeah, Allie.
Yeah,
I want to
Mika.
open my bag and look if I have anything shiny in there. Any baubles I may have picked up or bought.
I'm sure you've got a few little trinkets somewhere.
All right, I'm gonna pull out a little glass marble that in the center there's like a little like gold glitter, and I'm going to offer and be like, "Will this do?"
As soon as that comes out, I'm just gonna be like, oh.
Perfect. He snatches it and then begins to huddle into his corner. As he goes further into the corner, it almost looks as if he's shrinking, but in actual fact, the ruins are just getting a little bit bigger and bigger around him, and the place is getting large enough for you guys to be able to hide. As you guys are hiding, roll stealth checks.
I will guidance wampum. So add a D4.
I don't think that's gonna help.
20 for Lipcati.
Ooh, I rolled a 20 also. So
17 total for me.
23.
What was your total
10.
one? 10? With the D4?
With the D4.
With the D4. Okay, perfect. All right. As you begin to, you hide, the clouds break and a crash of light happens outside, and you hear the sounds of animals rearing up, hooves skidding through dirt, and then a deep voice that just seems to shake the entire ruin. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of dwarvish scum.
He went and did it.
Are there any other adjoining rooms, or is it just a square?
It's just one big square of ruin that you're in. So something has heard or knows that Wampum is there. What are you guys doing?
He called me
Pulling out the
scum.
crossbow.
Just shove him out, sacrifice him. No, shit.
I can lead him.
I want. Oh,
He called me scum. Nope.
Just
nope.
don't-
No.
don't-
No.
don't-
maybe we
don't.
should tell him no one's home.
Hey, no one's home.
Stupid dwarfs.
He called me scum. He called me stupid. I'm walking out.
You step outside of the little ruin and you see the creature that's been talking to you. It's a bit of a difference from what you may have been imagining when you heard. This deep voice, the laugh, is coming from a small little fellow with tiny little white goatee and a red bobble hat, riding on top of a giant elk in front of you. Aha! I have found you. I'd like everyone to roll initiative.
So when you say giant elk, is it giant enough to carry like our entire party on its back, or?
No, it's a normal sized elk, just
Okay.
a general normal sized elk, but it looks giant with a small creature riding on its back, holding the reins.
Okay. I wanted to make
Okay.
sure.
So, I have nice enough cardio.
Oh, yeah. 16 plus something. It's plus 4, so.
Oh.
Or is it plus 4?
I don't know. Mine's +4.
Yeah, hell's initiative on this new thing.
It's right at the top right under combat, right next to your armor.
Under combat. Oh, okay, so 19. I did it. I figured it out.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Add you to the turn order.
Wampum also has a 19.
I have a 22.
Wampum with a 19. And Ali with a 22. Okay, I'm just going to roll initiative for my guys. The red caps will all act together just to make things a little bit easier, as will the other little things that you don't see. Okay. So, top of the round is actually going to be Ali. Ali, you hear this creature. You still don't know that it's a tiny little creature.
Mm-hmm.
Know that Wampum stepped out ready to do battle. What
All
do
right.
you do?
I am going to stealthily make my way up, and as soon as I can see them, I'm gonna fire the crossbow.
Okay.
Provided
you-
I'm in range.
You step out of... Now, we are using the battle map, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you should be able to see yourself in Roll20. Just realizing you're not in Roll20. Aye. All right. Jump into Roll20 very quick. You move up and you step out of the ruins. You can see immediately in front of you there is a red cap riding an elk to the northeast and a red cap riding an elk to the northwest of you. The one to the northeast is closest. It's about 15 foot away from you.
All right, that's the one I'm gonna shoot.
Okay, go ahead and launch a shot.
All right, with advantage, because I'm in stealth. Or
You were hidden, so yes. Yes.
all right, so that is a 16 plus. Let's see, plus 8, so 24 to hit.
24 is going to hit the red cap.
All right, and it's an automatic crit because he has not moved in turn yet. With the assassin.
No, that's not the way it works. You automatically crit against anything that is surprised by you.
Oh.
You
You're
get
right.
advantage against anything that hasn't moved yet in combat.
Okay, so he's not surprised.
No, he's not surprised.
Oh, okay. 1d6 plus
Okay.
4. And then 4d6, correct? For my sneak attack.
Yeah.
2, 4, 5, 10, 16 damage.
Okay. The bolt flies up, catches the little red cap in the shoulder, makes him drop his reins. Anything else from you, Ali?
And then I'm going to use my... Sorry, I have to scroll up. My cunning action to head back inside to the dungeon.
Okay. Back inside the ruins. Okay.
And
Then next up is Wampum/Kale. Which of you is going first?
Wampum is, because he's above me on the thing anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
So when I walked out, which one am I looking at? To the south or to the north?
The north one.
Okay.
The one that just got hit by Ali.
Okay. I'm gonna move up to there. I'm gonna say, "You called me stupid, did you?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw the hammer. 4. That is going to be a 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
And I'm looking at the little dude. I'm not throwing at the big elk.
Okay.
And make me
Side
a
of space.
DC 17 wisdom save, please.
Wisdom save. All right. He succeeds the wisdom save.
Okay. He's going to take 4 plus 9. And that would be a plus 6. That's going to be 19 points of damage, hitting
Okay.
him in his left shoulder.
All right. Anything else?
And then when the hammer flies back to my hand, I'm gonna throw it again for a nat 20.
Hey.
Right. What happens when you do this? You're going to kill him. That's just given. What happens when you do this?
When it comes back to my hand, I'm gonna say, "Not bad." I'm gonna give it a kiss and throw it again.
now who's stupid?
It catches the red cap clean in the stomach. He knocks him off the elk a good 20 foot. He hits the ground. The hammer hits the ground with a thud, and then back to your hand.
I'm liking ye.
Okay. His elk
And
goes.
I got 10 more feet to move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move to here.
Okay. Then after you, Kale, what are you going to be doing?
Kale's gonna hide in the corner,
Okay.
and he's gonna pull out a little strip of white cloth from his component pouch. He's gonna rub it and start saying a prayer. And he's gonna cast Aid at 4th level on Wampum and Allie and Lefcadio. Nos, screw you. So you guys all get 15 extra hit points. Like your max hit points goes up by 15, and you gain that much health.
Okay. It doesn't do anything else, though, right?
No, that's it.
Okay, cool. Then anything else from you, Kale?
Nope.
Right. Well, the tiny little blurs that you guys, that Ali had seen before, now jump out of their hiding places. These tiny little quicklings seem to be moving quicker than they should be, as they rush wampum. All right. This one that runs up to wampum will actually stab wampum 3 times. So 13, 20, and a nat 20.
The 13 and 20 miss,
Okay.
but the nat 20 will hit.
Okay. As the natural 20 runs in, comes in, the third dagger finally manages to catch its purchase between your armor plates for 12 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Right. And it has a very quick movement, so it's actually going to run away. Would you use your reaction to make an attack of opportunity?
Yes, I am going to use repost.
Okay, so you're using your reaction to riposte the attack that it made, not the opportunity attack for it moving away. There's a difference. Repost is used when a creature misses you with an attack.
Right.
Okay.
So I was. All right. So I didn't say at the time, so I'm only going to use it as it's running away.
Okay, so it's not a repost. You don't use your superiority dice for this.
Right.
You just make an attack.
Yes.
Okay, you have disadvantage on the attack because it's moving so quickly.
That is going to be a 16.
Okay. With a 16, that will actually just about hit. That was with disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
And as it is moving away, I'm going to throw the hammer for 18 points of damage.
Okay. Remove one of those d8s because it's a melee attack that you make when it moves away.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So
I will remove the highest one. So that is going to be 11 points of damage.
still enough to kill. All right. It cracks and breaks and falls. All right. We have another quickling. This one is going to run up, and first attack will be against you. Then it's going to run into the room and attack someone else. So, natural one, it stumbles, falls for a second, skids on the ground, and is then going to run into the room.
I'm going to use repost since it missed.
Yep.
And that is going to be a 14 to hit.
Again, disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Exact same number, 14.
Okay, misses.
Okay.
Okay, right. Second two attacks will be going to Lafcadio. So I have a 10 to hit. That's going to miss, I'm assuming, or a 27.
Fun fact. It's within 10 feet of me.
Yeah, okay. So would you use your reaction to attack it when it attacks Lafcadio?
Yeah.
Okay. You have disadvantage on the attack.
Well, that's a good thing too, huh?
So 14 misses.
Lucky duck. The other one was a critical.
So the 27 did hit.
27 did hit. You take 10 points of piercing damage.
Ah!
And then it runs away. Which will provoke an attack of opportunity from you, Lafcadio, should you wish to use it.
I'll take that.
All right. Again, disadvantage against the quicklings.
It's a 25.
That will hit, and 10 points of slashing will kill.
I whip
Right.
my whip out as it runs away, and I crack it on its leg, and it trips and smashes its face into the wall.
Gruesome.
One more. Run up, similar sort of thing. Stab at wampum with a 27 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, gets you just underneath the shoulder for 27 points of piercing damage. No, sorry, no. 10 points of piercing damage.
Holy crap.
Whoa!
Before running around you to attack you 2 more times. That's a 14 to hit, so that's going to miss. And then a 17, which I assume also misses.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Then it's
I
gonna
ain't liking these small things.
Many people don't like him. All right. And there's way too many of them, as another one will run in and stab at Lafcadio. That's a natural 1. So
That
it
hits.
stumbles, falls. I'm assuming, yeah. Dropping its dagger, it's going to instead try to... Nope, because it's tiny, it can't grapple you. That would be ridiculous. So it's just going to pull out another blade and stab you twice. So 24 and 24.
Both of those a hit.
Okay, 18 points of piercing damage. And it's going to run away again, which this time provokes an attack of opportunity from Ali.
Aha! All right, so I will hit them, or I will try that to hit with disadvantage, correct?
Yep.
So short sword or crossbow?
It's a... Unless
Just
you
a
have a
melee.
feat that allows you, it has to be a melee attack.
Okay, so it has to be short sword. All right. Well, I miss. Don't even worry about it. It was like a 4 plus a 6, so...
I'm worried.
All right. Real quick, thank you, Paul Stone 1, for following us.
Yeah.
Appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
We get another quickling. These guys have 120 foot of movement speed. So, run up, stab, stab, stab on Ali, and then run away. 17, 26, and 20.
17, 26, and 20. They all hit.
Yep. Okay. A wonderful 27 points of piercing damage as it just...
Alright. So there go my 15 temporary HP, and then 12 damage.
Well, it wasn't temporary. It increased your max. There's a difference.
Oh.
Yeah.
You get to keep it.
It means
after-
you can be healed up to that point.
Mhm.
All right. I think we've still got 2 more. Okay.
Jeez.
Another one running around. Stab, stab, stab. 14, 10, and 17 against Ali.
That was 14, 10, and 17.
Yep.
2 miss, and the 17 hits.
Okay, for another 7 points of piercing damage. Then with a giggle, it runs away. And the last one will run around the building. Around Wampum twice. Because it's got the movement. Why not? Runs in to stab at Ali. Not Ali, sorry. Nos. With 3 daggers. That's a 10, a 14, and a 15.
Nope.
Miss, miss, miss. And then run outside. Which will provoke an attack of opportunity from Kale.
I don't have a weapon.
Fair enough. These
Punch
tiny
him.
little creatures moving ridiculously quick. Really annoying. Really, really annoying. Nos, what do you
We
do?
must establish dominance quickly. I am more concerned with the big guys. So this is what we're gonna do. I give in to the rage.
You give in to the rage.
I give in to the rage. The blood boils.
Get angry.
Yeah. We will stop here, and I will use my glaive to attempt to impale the guy on the elk and throw him off.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack. Hey. That's going to hit.
Cool. That's 13 points of magical slashing in addition to 5 radiant.
It's not nice. Anything else from you, Nos?
I'll go again.
The 18 is going to hit.
All right. 14 slashing.
Okay. With that extra points of 14 slashing, the glaive goes in. You lift him up. You actually manage to get him off the elk. And then he falls on the floor behind you. But not quite dead.
That's fine.
Anything else from you, Nos?
I will stay here, and I'll turn to the elk and just go "Ah!" and try to scare it off.
Whatever that means. Don't know. All right, then now we have the red caps. So these little fellows
Mm-hmm.
look a little mean. Teeth all gnarled. Hey, how about you take a little bit of my iron boot? As he lifts up a foot and jumps at Nos. I need Nos to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Hold on before you do anything.
I think barbarians have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
It's as though they can sense the danger about me.
Anything you're going to add to that result, Nos?
Is danger sense applicable?
You can see it coming. There's a big
Yeah.
iron boot flying right towards your face.
Okay, great. Then no.
Okay.
We'll keep that 19.
All right. He goes flying past you and misses clearly. Hey,
Hey!
stay still.
No!
He's going to jump back on his mount and tell the mount to go running.
Can I not allow that?
You can make an attack of opportunity against the mount as it leaves your melee range, using your reaction to do so.
Does a 13 hit?
Against the mount, yeah, 13 is going to hit.
11.
Okay. You topple the elk.
Hmm.
Oh, didn't mean to get rid of him. You topple the elk. He falls to the ground.
Not done with you!
Not fair. Not fair. All right. But we've got 2 more red caps. So, running in and telling it to dash. 1 red cap is going to swipe at you 3 times with his wicked sickle. 17, 14, and 21.
The 17 and the 21 hit.
Okay. For 18 points of slashing damage, as this tiny little sickle just seems to cut unnaturally big grooves into your flesh.
Is that with the resistance?
Nope. So halved down to 9. 9 points of slashing. Okay. And the last one, he's going to ride up. I could do with some chicken wings. As he's going to
Makes sense.
as he's going to slash at Ali. That's a natural 20, a 19, and I have to confirm this. I don't know if you guys can see that.
That's gonna hurt. Alan.
Yep. Yep. They all hit.
So that's 2 natural 20s with that one little attack. Ouch. So 14, 23, 36. No, 36 points of slashing damage.
All right, and can I use the uncanny dodge?
You can uncanny dodge one of them. I would assume the first.
Yeah, I will uncanny dodge that one to
So
half
you
its
halve the
damage.
15 down to 7, so you take off 8 of that. It was what? It was 36, 8 down, 28.
28 damage. All right.
Okay. Then that's it for the red caps and the hinky punks. Let's go for Lafcadio.
Right, so I'll attack that first zippy guy with my whip.
Which zippy guy? The one that's 10 foot away from you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So with disadvantage, it's a 12.
That's going to miss.
I'll try again. 14.
That's a miss.
So I'm flipping my whip back and forth and not hitting him, and I'll throw. Not throw. I'll use my hand crossbow as a bonus attack.
Okay.
And I have a unnatural 1, so that guy, he can't. I blame. Right.
He's just too quick.
He's very quick.
Okay. Are you going to move at all?
Oh, I'll stay right where I am.
Okay. Then we go back up to the top of the round. Ali.
All right. How high are the ruins we're in?
The walls themselves go up to about 10 foot high right now.
Okay.
But if you think really hard,
Oh, I'm thinking.
I'd get them to go bigger.
I'm thinking really hard. I'd really like to fly up where this guy can't hit me with his axe again.
If you'd like to fly, you can fly.
I will fly up.
Okay, he will attack you as you fly out of his melee range.
All right.
Okay. With his wicked sickle.
You roll it again.
It's gonna be another 20.
I could fudge and say that wasn't a natural 20.
I'll leave it up to you.
Really, that's another one. So that's 16 points. You can use your reaction if you wish to halve it.
Sure. I will
Okay.
do that.
So you use your reaction to halve it down to 8 points. Maybe I should stop rolling the roll 20 today. To the dice. I don't want to kill you.
It's okay. I'm taking the d20s so they don't.
Yeah. So 8 points of slashing damage.
All
as you
right, brings
fly
me
up.
down to 12 HP. So I'm gonna fly up out of his range. Did the ceiling pop up?
The walls didn't rise. Past you.
So is he still within melee range as I flied up?
There's no ceiling to the ruins
Oh,
that you're
okay.
in.
Okay, so I'm out of melee range. Perfect. All right, and then I am going out. I'm like dripping blood. My clothes are slashed. I'm not happy about this. And I'm gonna pull out the crossbow and I'm gonna shoot him right in his shoulder, his good shoulder. And that would be a 21 total.
A 21 is going to hit him.
Ooh. 10 damage total.
Fair enough.
That's what you get. I'm gonna steal your hat off your dead corpse.
You tell him.
It's my hat.
Not for long.
Anything else from you?
And then I am going to use my bonus action to fly towards my buddies. So I'm gonna go right near Kale.
Okay. Wampum.
I warned you. You coming into trouble. First attack is going to be a 20 as I throw at the one guy who rode in.
So, which guy is that? I'm not sure. There's a lot of
one-
guys around.
I'm sorry, the one that rode in on Nas's left side.
Okay, so the one that's up, coming up to Nos. All right. So you launch it at him. It was a 20 to hit, did you say?
Yes.
That'll hit.
And roll me a wisdom save, please.
Okay.
17.
He fails the wisdom save. I'm assuming
Yes.
that's from your menacing strike.
Yes, so he's frightened. Oh, that's not a bad roll. 24 points of damage.
Nice. He's still up.
And the hammer flies back. I'm going to launch it again, just a slight bit harder with anger. 19 plus 10, 29.
29 is going to hit him.
And 14 plus 6 is 20 more points of damage.
All right. The hammer will knock him clean off the elk onto the floor. He's still alive, but he is prone on the ground.
I am going to action surge,
Okay.
and the one that is prone on the ground, is going to be a.
If you're making a ranged attack, it's a disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay.
That's going to be a 17.
17 will hit. It'll kill.
19 points of damage.
Right. So in this, you actually arc the hammer to go up, and then drop right on top of him.
And then the one that's sitting on his butt when Nos knocked the legs out of the elk.
Yep.
Hey, you called me stupid before, didn't you?
Probably.
Yeah. Hey, catch this. 19 plus 10, 29.
He'll catch it. Catches hold of the handle as the rest of it hits into him. How much damage?
And that's 13 plus 6, 19 points of damage.
That's another unconscious. Another dead red cap.
I'm liking this.
Anything else?
Then I'm going to. I'm going to move up to this itty bitty guy right here.
Hi.
Hi.
Anything else from you, Wampum?
That's it.
All right, we go to Kale.
A little help, Kale.
Kale will help by running up to close this gap and stand there defensively. He will. Did Allie hit the red cap?
Yeah, I shot him with a crossbow.
Did it do a lot of damage?
10 damage.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Then I will first cast Toll the Dead. Bing bong. Time to die on the red cap. So he has to do a wisdom save.
15.
Nope. Let's take 2d12 plus 5 damage. Ooh, that's 27 necrotic damage.
Ouch.
God dang.
That hurts. His goatee just seems to just fall off.
You nasty. And then bonus action, I will sanctuary myself. Just sprinkle holy water on my face.
Can't touch this.
And that's my whole turn.
All right. Well, back to the quicklings. So there aren't as many quicklings around anymore. First one is going to run up to Nos.
Come at me.
Stab. 19, 15, and 13.
The 19 gets me.
All right. So that'll be 7 points of piercing, halved down to 3 for you. Before it then runs off and hides. You had already used your reaction to attack the elk.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The quickling that is right next to Wampum is going to dash underneath your feet, run up your back, and then try to stab you in the neck.
Not the neck.
17, 24, and 22.
Dwarves have necks?
The 22 and the 24 hit.
Okay. For 19 points of damage,
Okay.
because it's trying to cut into you quite easily. Then hops off and runs away, which you can make an attack of opportunity if you wish.
I will do this.
Okay. Again, disadvantage.
Disadvantage. That's a good thing because that wasn't that 20. 23 to hit.
That's going to hit.
16 points of damage.
Okay. That'll be enough to kill. These quicklings seem very weak once you hit them. All right. Couple more.
These little things, they sting hard.
We've got a quickling that's going to run up, spin around Nos, and while it's spinning around, it's going to just keep jabbing and jabbing away. dagger, 20, 22, and 25.
Oh, Lowdy. Yeah, that all hits.
They all hit? Okay. So total, so 7 halves down to 3, 10 halves down to 5, and 8 halves down to 4. So a grand total of 12 damage. It's not that much. I'll try not to roll a 20. All right, we've got 2 more quicklings left. It's going to run. You can't really run up walls, can they? Nope. So it's going to have to take the long route, muttering about how annoying that elk is just in the way. It's going to stab at Kale 3 times.
Make a wisdom save, please.
Oh, yeah. That's a 3.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
I'm
gets
too peaceful.
distracted and stabs the satyr.
Oh, no, wait. Shit.
That's a 21 to hit the satyr. The
Aw,
satyr takes
man.
7 points of damage. It's going to do 2 more attacks. 18 and 18, both hitting. The satyr takes another 19. The satyr looks very bad,
In the arms of a satyr.
but it's going to run, which I believe could provoke an attack of opportunity from Lafcadio, should he desire.
He desires. He desires.
Okay,
22. 7 damage.
that'll hit. Ooh, 7. Not quite enough to be able to finish off the quiver.
I hate these guys.
Then we have another one that's going to run up to Wampum. And stab, stab, stab. 21, 22, and 26.
All hit.
All right, so grand total of 26 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
As it runs away again. All right. Nos.
I am not concerned with what's around me, so I'm going to get to here, I believe.
You do provoke an attack of opportunity.
Go for it. Right.
So it will try to stab you. That's an 18.
That hits.
Okay, for 7 piercing, halved down to 3. Because of your rage.
Yes, I'm so angry.
Why did I get aid?
All right. Anything else?
That was all. It was just one attack.
All right. I'm gonna start stabbing at this other red cap.
Okay.
That is a 16.
That's going to hit.
That is 16 slashing and 6 radiant on top.
How would you like to kill the last red cap?
Can I insert my glaive, and then after it's inserted, the divine fury goes off, and it's just like a since it's close to 4th of July and all, just like this bottle cap inside of him.
The first thing to explode off is his hat. That just
Can it land on my
flies
head?
off. Roll a dexterity-based skill check.
All right, we'll go with
I
that.
don't know.
That seems
Acrobatics. Yep.
most likely. That's a 12.
12. Right on top. A little bubble hanging down. All right. He starts to explode in sparks of light that after they leave him being in the Feywild, they all just change color and it's all purdy and explosive.
Oh,
Oh.
oh,
Ah.
shiny.
All right, chill out about it.
All right, anything else from you, Nos?
Do I perceive any threats from the elk?
No.
Okay.
The
Then
elk in question, since it would be after your turn, it would be the red caps. The elk is going to just reach down and just start munching on the ground
excellent.
and then walk away.
Good boy.
Oh.
All of the elk are going to leave as the recap says. Yeah? What?
I'm going to stay here.
Okay. We have Lafcadio.
I'll use my healing light and send it towards the satyr and heal him for 18 HP.
All right. Anything else? That's your bonus action.
No, that is just a regular action. Oh, no, you're right. That is a bonus action. So I will step out and try to whip that one quickling that is in my range.
Okay, go ahead.
21.
The 21 will do it. 9 points of damage is not quite enough to finish it off, though.
But I'll hit him again with 24 for another 9.
Will do the trick. Another quickling down. Anything else?
That's me done.
All right. Ali.
I am going to fly right above Wampa. So maybe like right there. And is the quickling behind cover?
A little bit, but you're high enough that you would be fine. You can see it just shaking its fist at you.
I am going to shake my short sword at it, and then I'm going to shoot it with the crossbow with the other hand.
Okay.
That would be a 9 plus 8, 17.
Disadvantage.
That would be a 15.
15 misses.
Shake my other fist.
Other
That'll be
fists.
it.
Swords. Short crossbow and other fist.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, crossbow hand. I shook the short sword, so the
Okay. Fair enough. Wampum.
Wampum is going, since he can't really see him, he's going to walk up to here. And then peek around the corner. Ha 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 ha, there you is.
Hi.
21 to hit.
Is that a disadvantage?
Dang, another not 20. Yes, a 21 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
That's 11 plus 6. That's going to be 17 points of damage.
That will finish off the quickling.
I found you, didn't he? Any more, ye? Come on
There's
out.
still 2 more
Where they at?
behind you.
So then I will just spin and swing at this other one at disadvantage. Dang these disadvantages. That's 18.
18 will hit.
That's 8 and 3 and 6. That's 17 points of damage.
And that is a broken quickling.
Hey, y'all down there, come up here.
Okay. Kale. Anything from you?
Can I see that quickling over there?
Yeah.
All right. I'll hit him with the big old bing bong move. Toll the dead on him again.
Okay.
It's a DC 17 with save.
That is a natural 1 on the wisdom save.
Wait, has he taken damage?
He has not taken damage.
Son of a bitch bastard. Okay.
So, D8s.
Rolling stupid D8s.
I'm so sorry.
15.
Okay. With the quickling's whopping 10 hit points, it screams in pain, stops perfectly still, and just stares at you as it falls over. Hits the ground. All right. You guys, with the death of that last quickling, are out of any immediate danger.
Hey, Gil.
Mm-hmm.
I I seem to have a bunch of holes in me.
Me too, Wampum.
Well, how about everybody comes back inside and we just chill for a while, maybe about an hour.
Can we check for stuff before we do?
You're welcome to. I'm not going to stop you.
Go ahead, Allie.
I am going to loot the bodies, take their hats like I said I would. And any of the quicklings' daggers, anything shiny, anything cool looking.
Actually, yeah, I will. I'll offer to search them if she wants to like chill for a minute because she doesn't look so good.
All right, so easily you guys will be able to find the equipment that these creatures were using. Obviously, the red caps have their red caps. One is on Noss's head. The other three are available. The red caps each had sickles, and the quicklings each had daggers. They're just mundane, basic daggers. The power came from the fey creatures, not the weapons themselves.
Right.
But the sickles are stylized quite nicely. The handle is made out of a gnarled piece of tree branch, and the blade almost looks like it has grown out of it, even though it is still a metal blade. The daggers look like they're made out of bone. Nice, simple little items, but after being used so much, they can pack quite a punch. That's pretty much all that they had on them, though.
Would one of the big iron boots that they're wearing fit Wampum?
No.
No.
These guys are too small.
All right. Well, I'm taking their boots too. Well, one of them as a souvenir.
A single boot.
A pair of single boots.
Okay, a pair of boots. Okay, fair enough.
Into the bag they go. And then, boop, 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 boop. I'm gonna stay right next to all my buddies.
Good idea.
Well, that was exciting.
Yes, and so sudden. Glad everybody's all right. Dressed up.
That hat looks really good on you. It brings out the red.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome.
So they, Tickle Bottom, you call these folks the Hunters?
Mm-hmm.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah.
Were they
I'm okay.
hunting for anything in particular?
For sport, I think.
But what kind of game would they be searching for? Should we be wary of whatever they were hunting for?
Oh no, I think they were hunting for you.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Well, that was dumb.
Well, you've certainly done better against those hunters than anyone else. Real quick, who are you?
We are,
We're your best friends.
yeah, we're a troop of heroes.
Really?
Or your worst enemies,
Well,
depending on you.
Roll a persuasion check, Ali. You might convince him that you are his best friend.
Okay. With advantage, disadvantage?
Just straight up
Straight
persuasion.
up. That would be a...
This guy has a memory problem, so...
hey, you want guidance?
Yes.
Can I do that, or I don't know.
Not retroactively.
Okay.
Okay. Well, so would that be a deception or a bluff?
Are you not his friend? Do you not want to be his best friend?
I do.
Then it's a persuasion check.
Okay. Plus 10. That would be a 19.
Oh, cool. Thank you for saving me, friend.
You're quite welcome.
I'm Faye Ticklebottom.
Nika.
Nice to meet you. He shakes both of your hands. Then pulls out his pan flute, begins to play.
Maybe we should like write it on his arm that we're his friends.
Ticklebottom, would you forget about us if you were maybe holding our hands while we were walking?
I don't forget anything.
Oh, of course. But maybe I do. Maybe it would help me if you stayed near to us.
Okay, I'll hold your hand.
I'm gonna hold his hand.
Okay.
So he can't. So he can't play the pan flute while I'm holding his hand, correct?
Well, you can hold one hand.
Okay.
As you hold his hand, you immediately feel a bit of a tingle in your hand. You cannot let go of his hand.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of look to Kale and silently, I can't let go.
What do you mean you can't just let go?
I can't.
What do you mean you can't? How can you not? Just open your fingers.
I just can't.
We're best friends now.
We're best friends.
He keeps playing. So, while you guys are resting, what are you doing? Are you doing anything else?
I'm gonna ask Ticklebottom to tell us a story while we're resting.
Ooh. He will begin to tell a tale, to spin a story of wonderful adventurers that entered into the land. This great tale tells of 7 young warriors as they make their way through the land. They slay mighty, monstrous plants and saved many small creatures in the years that they have spent in this land. But then they became captives of the Unseelie Court.
Oh boy.
A raid on the Unseelie Court was enacted by Queen Titania herself. She launched her men after these heroes, saved them, and now keeps them in her cages for safekeeping.
How many heroes was it again?
7.
How many missing children were there? Again?
7. If I remember rightly. I think Ali is muted, but she's very talkative.
There we go.
Yeah.
Have you personally ever met these heroes, Ticklebottom?
Mm-hmm.
You have? Would you be... I'm going to look to Kale. Are you familiar with Titania's court and how to get there?
You asking me?
No, I'm asking Ticklebottom.
Maybe, but you don't probably shouldn't go to the Sealy Court.
Why is that?
You can tell us. We're friends after all.
Best friends.
Queen Titania is not in a good mood today.
I checked
Let's
the weather.
wait till tomorrow.
How's the weather looking?
It's fairly mild where you are. It's normal. I mean, there's no terrible weather.
Well, then I don't believe this guy. Because if Queen Titania was in a bad mood, the weather would be bad.
I mean, it's not like he can escape.
Yep. He's stuck to Ali right now.
Well, so you could theoretically grant us an audience with Queen Titania.
Maybe.
Maybe.
How could we improve her mood?
Would killing some of those the hunt improve her mood?
No. The hunt, we're just having fun. Queen Titania has been in a bad mood for a couple weeks now. Some strange foreigner Came in, visited her. She's been in a bad mood since. I can take you to her, but be careful.
Of course.
Of course. And we'll keep you safe as well.
What do you know anything about this foreigner?
Looked like you, but bigger.
Looked like me specifically, but bigger?
No, like all of you, but bigger.
Just bigger. How much bigger?
How big are you?
Medium size.
Yeah, medium size.
Oh, then you +1.
So maybe large sized?
Maybe large size. Maybe.
Were there any distinguishing features about this foreigner? Other than their size, apparently?
Grey skin. Tattoos. Tattoos seemed to move. Tattoos made pictures. Pretty pictures.
And what did this foreigner do to upset the great Queen Titania?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Oh,
You'd have to ask her.
well, we'd love to do so. But...
And are there any interesting places along the way there?
I can show you some fun places.
That would be most exciting.
Okay.
All right, but you say we have to wait.
So while we're waiting for tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
How long is tomorrow from now? Because time is wrong.
That's very rude to say, Kale. It's just right for them.
You're right.
About 6 hours. Give or take a day or two.
Okay.
Give or take a day or two. 6 hours don't represent a day.
Wampum, just not now. Later. Get mad if it's a day passes and then nothing's happening.
I's not understanding.
Aye. Aren't
By the
you?
way, Wampum, when did you get that nice, cool hammer? Last time I saw you guys, you had an axe. Well, I mean, before I got captured, of course.
Yeah, I's got friends that take care of me.
Okay.
Dude's got connections.
All right, well, I guess we're just gonna sit here for 6 more hours, give or take a couple of days. In the meantime,
I can show you my home.
You know what? That might be way better.
Cool.
I bet you have a great home. Let's go there then.
All right. You come with me. And he starts walking off, and Ali just has to come along with, as he's attached to Ali right now.
He's grown on me.
Yeah. Leads you away from the area and actually heads north from this spot. As he begins to make his way further north, you watch as hills begin to just seem to divide around you. And then he starts sinking down, the ground turning in from grassy hills to hard stone steps leading down into some dark hole. As he steps down past the threshold of darkness, he snaps his fingers and some lights begin to illuminate down a long corridor. They just one after the other illuminate a long hall. This way, and he keeps pulling you along. At the end of the hall, there is a single red door. He turns to you. That's my home. After you.
That's suspicious.
You're a great host. I'll show myself in.
Okay. Roll a perception check as you open the door.
That is not a perception check. That is 22 perception.
22. Okay. Just before you step in, you notice there is no floor of the room beyond this door.
I swing the door open wider.
Yep. Do you step into the room without a floor?
No, that seems suboptimal.
Okay.
Mr. Ticklebottom, there seems to be a problem. Someone has misplaced your floor. If I step in, I can't step in. There's no step. It's gone.
No, it was there when I left.
Right. Someone must have taken it.
Do you think it wandered off?
I'm
Floors
sure
don't
it's still
wander
there.
off.
Yes, it didn't wander off. You just need to put it back with your mind.
So he walks up and at the threshold, he's like, everything's here. My floor, my walls, my chair, my
Well,
lamp.
then, by all means, after you, please go ahead and let go of Allie first.
No. And he's going to walk in, pulling Allie in.
That's
Now,
okay. I've
Allie,
got wings.
you step out into darkness, and he is stepping onto something solid, but you can't see it.
Okay.
He then starts to describe the room and telling you all the wonderful things he has inside his house, but you can't see anything.
I'm going to close my eyes as he's describing it and think about it and kind of imagine it in my head as he's describing it. Clutch real tight and be like, and then I'm going to open them.
Okay. As you open your eyes wide, as you've been really concentrating on everything he said, everything begins to slowly phase into existence, to appear exactly as you're imagining. It may not be exactly as he's describing, but it's exactly how you're thinking
Okay.
as you enter into his home.
You have such a wonderful home. And I'm going to start describing a very, as I see it and imagine it, a very cozy place. And I'm going to say, and it even seems like you have a guest room.
I do. Somewhere around here.
Right up the stairs that go up into the guest room.
And as you're experimenting, it seems very much so that you can think hard enough and potentially reshape this room that he's this home of imagination.
All right.
Everyone else just sees the two of them just floating in darkness.
No, I kind of get it. It's like a dream. This whole place is like a dream. So if you can control your dreams, you can control the place. I think I'm getting it. I'm gonna step in, imagining. I'm gonna close my eyes.
I'm gonna ask any of our party if they have chronic nightmares beforehand.
After today, maybe.
So, Nos, what do you imagine? Do you just imagine what has been described, or do you imagine anything new?
I'm going to imagine a hardwood floor, a warm hearth, a big buffet, and a archway, a stone archway to the left that leads into a forge.
As you think about it and you think, you start to feel the heat coming from the hearth, the smell of succulent, sweet meat, red wine. It's nice. It's glorious. You open your eyes and you can see it, and you see Ticklebottom look at you. Well done.
Oh yeah, I'm into this.
What about the rest of you?
Do I know enough about the Feywild to know if this is a normal property of this plane?
You know enough about the Feywild that there is wild and untamed magic in this area that is attuned to emotion and thought. It is potentially possible for someone to craft a magical space that would do this. It's not just a general property about the entire Feywild. It is, but it can go, you could assume that something like an adjusted version of a Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion is used based off of someone's will and adjustment. So it's possible that wild magic caused this.
Would it be possible to take anything out of this home and have it still remain?
No, don't take anything out. Don't eat any food. Don't drink any wine. Just stick to the things that we brought with us.
What?
You have to understand, if you eat anything or drink anything, it'll be the best thing you've ever had. And it will be so good that you'll just want to eat it till you're dead. And you won't be able to stop yourself.
So if I took like a plate, it would be the only plate I could eat on or something like that?
Something like
just
that.
vanish?
I don't know for sure, because I've never actually been here, but from everything I've heard, it would be more like you could never ever part with that plate. It would be stuck in your hand forever, and you'd sit down and you'd just stare at it and admire it for eternity until you.
And then I'd be all out of hands.
And you die. Yeah.
So I'll stick to the basics, and I'll picture the room as described, not wanting to let my imagination run too wild.
Okay. So you just see a simple room with a large armchair and a bed in the corner with a lamp.
Yep.
And then wampum.
I think I stay right here. This looks comfortable right here.
But that's boring and cold.
Yeah?
You can stay in here for as long as you like.
Nah.
Fine.
I'd like to imagine my hardest that all the meat on the succulent buffet table combines and forms 3 attractive ladies.
That's entrapment.
Roll a intelligence or wisdom check. One of the two.
Fun fact, 0 modifier on both.
All right. You get to make some meat ladies. That's
They're very large meat ladies.
you take the meat and some of the vegetables and you make constructs, but it's of the you haven't reshaped any of the meat at all. Like you haven't reshaped any of the things. So if you imagine some of the there's some contemporary art, I don't know, some old art that involved fruit or vegetables used to create. That's exactly what you've done right here. You've made 3 women made out of vegetables.
Kind of like the famous painting of the guy with the bowler hat that has the apple in his face.
Yes.
Perfect. Good enough.
Right. So, if you guys stay here, I will let the Queen know that you are here. Though she probably knows. But I'm going to let her know that you want to talk to the children. And I'll let you know what she says.
Well, that's mighty kind of you. That sounds like a good idea. Right, Kale? Right?
Will you be okay if I let go of your hand to do this, or will you forget?
Oh no, you're holding my hand.
That is true.
And he will snap his fingers and teleport with Ali into Queen Titania's summer court.
Well,
I'm captive again. The story of Allie and hostage situations.
Okay. So the 4 of you are now in a room of pure imagination. And you're welcome to do with that whatever you wish.
is it? Can I have left the door open?
Yes.
Can I
Because
still see the
Wampum sat
hallway?
outside. Yes.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, yeah, I'd probably just stay outside with Wampa.
Okay, fair enough.
And got people inside, Lafcadio, Nos, don't
Mhm.
shut this door. Leave it open.
Yeah, I'm obeying the rules.
Thank you.
The meat women, the vegetable ladies, only you can see. No one else can see. So just
Thank God.
right. So, Ali, next
Yep.
thing you know, you see lights flashing before your eyes as the world just seems to be spinning while you're in place. You see shapes and forms, shadows just moving around as you are pulled to Queen Titania's court. When your vision comes back to normal, what you witness is one enormous tree that just stands out above all else, and the inside of the tree seems to be glowing a beautiful silvery white. You begin to hear the sounds of music. You can't quite tell if it's instrumental or vocal. It's somewhere in between. The whole area just feels a little bit colder, but only enough to send shivers down your spine, not to really cause any sort of discomfort. You feel magic in the air all around you. You watch as smaller trees darted around this space, each individually begin to open, revealing little doorways and people walking in and out. You can see elves, satyrs, centaurs in their half horse, half human form. You watch as a large creature with a bull's head climbs out from one of the trees. All of these mythical type creatures that you've imagined before, all headed towards this large central tree. Ticklebottom starts leading you along, and he's just having a nice little time, skipping almost, playing his pan flute as he makes his way over. And he seems to just instantly match and jump into tune with the background that's happening. It's a somber little tone. It gives a feeling of pain.
Would it be a song that I'd be able to kind of learn the key and the way it's played?
You could. Would you be maybe using your intelligence to try and memorize, or?
Yeah.
Yeah? Then go ahead and make a check. Let's see how well you can pick it up on first.
All right, so intelligence check.
Yep.
Let's see. What is my modifier? +1. That's a 9 total.
9 total. Okay. You feel kind of taken away by the audio, and as such you begin to hum along with it, but as soon as you finish a note, you don't remember the last one that you sang, unfortunately. It's a tune that's not meant for other ears. Ticklebottom leads you into the front entryway of the tree, and the space inside seems to just expand out further than it probably should. You see a crystal spiral staircase that works all the way around the trunk on the inside, that just climbs further and further up, with spirits and fey creatures all just dancing around in the air, making a myriad of beautiful lights. Yeah?
Is there anyone that looks like the image of Kale's mother?
Roll a history check to see if you can remember enough about her details to be able to pick her out of a crowd.
That's
I don't want to say that all elves look alike, but to you, all elves look the same. So you swear you do see her at least 15 times.
Okay. Yeah, because I know we scryed her earlier, so we had her appearance. I'm going to turn to Ticklebottom and say, Ticklebottom,
Mhm.
I may forget things while I'm here. Kale told me he's the one that had the book. You're going to have to remember for me until we get back to my friends. Can you do that? Or should I write things down?
And you are?
I'm your best friend.
I'm kidding. It's okay.
You're so funny.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll remember for you.
Okay. I will also try to remember, though.
Okay.
But just in
He
case.
takes you up the spiral staircase, and it takes a while for you to finally climb through the levels. And when you finally get up to the top, it opens out into an open canopy that seems to overlook the entire land. It's like you're sat on top of one enormous leaf, that there is nothing above, so you can just look out for miles and miles. You swear you can see the position that you were fighting at the ruins earlier. You look around, and everyone seems to be bowing towards the center, where there is just a pure burst of light. You can't see any sort of physical form inside of it. It's just this radiant beam that just cascades out over everyone, and everyone here seems to be slowly turning, kneeling, bowing, and the song continues. But while you're up here, the song begins to pick up words. Do you speak Sylvan?
Let's see. I don't think so, but let me check. Nope, I speak Undercommon, Infernal, and Common.
Okay. It is incredibly beautiful, and you feel moved by it, but you don't know why. You feel a wave of sadness as the song continues. The light begins to fade in, and then you see a woman, elven-looking female, long blonde hair, with a dress robes that seem to look like they're made of glass that is constantly shifting colors. The light seems to reflect from it and off of it at the same time. It's a dazzling and dizzying sort of array as Ticklebottom moves you through the crowd towards her and begins to communicate with her in Sylvan. Unfortunately, you don't understand what's being said, but you can get a gist or a sense of what's going on. Through holding on to him, you feel trust. You feel the emotion that everything is okay. And they are talking about your predicament and your situation. Then she'll look at you, nod at you, and then walk away.
Bow.
She'll walk back to her spot in the center of everything, and then the light seems to gather around her as she disappears from your vision. And then Ticklebottom turns to you. Oh, goody!
What did she say, Ticklebottom?
I'll catch everyone up in a moment. And he snaps his fingers, and you head back, pop into the room with everyone else there. And we will find out what she said in 15 minutes once we've taken a break. Okay, so rejoin us in 15 minutes, folks, once we've had a little bit of a break for ourselves, and we'll jump right back in. Okay?
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone, after the short break. So we jump back into the thick of things when we're still in that imaginative room where anything is possible, as long as you can imagine it. Ali and Ticklebottom turn back up. They pop into existing with a resounding crack. And, why are you outside? Come on inside.
Mm-mm.
Actually, I was going to say, while they were gone,
Yeah. Actually, that's a good point. They were gone, from your reckoning, they were gone for about 3 hours. From their reckoning, they were gone for about 5 minutes.
Okay. So if you're
We should probably leave here right away and go searching for Allie.
No. I guess first, I probably, at that suggestion, I would have cast Sending on Allie to try and just ask her, is everything okay?
You would have received the immediate response of, yes, everything's fine.
Okay. Just chew up that spell slot there.
We were just saying how everyone's connection was so much better this week.
But yeah, so once I get that message back, I'll assure Lefkati. I was like, no, it's fine.
I'm back.
And then as time goes by, I would think that the Keel's Tome of Denier would start like giving him an itch to figure out what he can do with this imagination room. So he would feel compelled to go in and try and push the limits on it, see exactly what sort of how big can I make it? And he'll try to imagine just like this huge vista, like a mountain range, and he's like standing in like a field in the middle of a valley. Try and make that happen.
What's your intelligence score?
20.
20. You catch on to the mechanics of this a lot quicker than most would. Unlike Nos and Ali, who had to close their eyes and think, you step in and, you know what? Up. And it just goes. The whole area just seems to shift and change. What you see in your mind's eye becomes reality in this room.
So anything. So
within reason, obviously, but a mountainscape as that you imagine, yeah.
What about the bottom of the ocean?
You want to imagine that you're at the bottom of the ocean?
In a bubble.
In a bubble at the bottom. Okay, so to do something like that in a bubble inside the bottom of the ocean, roll an intelligence check.
Like a save or just intelligence
just
check?
Straight intelligence check.
That will be a 22.
Okay. Now, have you ever actually seen the bottom of the ocean?
No, there's no way.
Okay. So what you're going off of is what you have heard, what you think the bottom of the ocean should look like. So you imagine dark. The visage of everything outside your bubble is a little bit skewed because of the way that the water refracts light. You see shapes in the distance as you think about what would be at the bottom of the ocean. The visuals that you see is limited to what you know and imagine. You can't craft something you've never actually experienced before.
So if I reach out, can I like stick my hand through the bubble and does it feel like there's water out there?
Feels wet. Feels like water. You bring your hand back in, your hand seems to be dripping.
I'd like to imagine the night sky, but just the sky.
No ground?
No ground.
Okay. Then you see in your vision some starlights that you've recognized, some constellations that you've maybe picked out and remembered in your travels. And you see them above you, around you, below you, everywhere. You can't even see the party anymore. It's just you alone, weightless in space.
That's awesome.
Now you're getting to know this place and how it works, the power, the feeling. You're going to have to roll a charisma saving throw.
Is this a charm effect?
This is a form of a charm effect, so you have advantage as you are Fae.
I rolled a 20, so that's
what's your total?
28.
28. Okay. You manage to resist the effect. You do recognize, though, that the more you do this, the more addicting it could become.
Okay. Then I'll just turn it into the he had a room in Fort Tamal. It'll just be that room. It's just like it's pretty Spartan. It's just like a bed and like a bookshelf and an end table and like a lantern.
Fair enough. Then everything positioned like how Ticklebottom had explained, with the bed and the chair and the lantern, and everything seems to be laid out almost the same way that he had described it, but with your visuals, with what you remember of Fort Tamer.
Fair enough. That was fun.
Anything else you guys would be doing during the 3-hour break?
And be like, hey, Kale, welcome to the party. And something is miraculously unbraiding her hair and brushing it.
Nice to be here. What's going on? What is that?
You don't want to know.
Okay. I do want to know, though. I have to know.
Meat ladies.
Can you go into more detail on that real quick? Let me just get my book open here.
Well, one's made out of salami. The other one is more of like a bisque in motion. I don't know how to describe it.
Bisque in motion. I'll just put some hyphens in here.
Did I just hear that Nos is using a salami?
Yes, Salami is braiding her hair, apparently.
Hells yeah.
What have I done?
What? Is this a particular fantasy of yours that you've had for a long time?
No, but it could become one.
So if we were to encounter, say, some sort of genie, and it granted you a wish, would this be your wish?
She thinks really, really hard. So hard that it just kind of tapers off into silence, and she just...
Hey.
Huh?
Hey.
What?
Would that be your wish? Is that a yes?
If I had a genie?
Uh-huh.
No. No, that's selfish.
What would your wish be?
I don't know. Kind of a heavy question. I need to think about that.
Nos, everyone knows you wish for more wishes.
I'd wish for more wishes.
That's a good way to get killed by a genie, I guess.
I could take him.
No, the trick is to wish for more genies. That is something that they've never said you can't do.
But then the genies all start fighting each other because they don't get along really well.
That would be good too.
I guess that'd be kind of cool, yeah. Okay, fair enough. That's that answer is perfectly fair and good. Wampum, you can come in here and see whatever you want to see if you'd like. Just don't eat anything or drink anything. You'll be fine.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Lafcadia, what's going on with you?
I'm sticking to the basics. There's no reason to get all creative in here.
Why not? You can see anything. You can
Should
be
I?
anywhere.
Should I do those things?
Probably not.
Right, I'll keep it simple.
All right. Well, I'm going to reread some books I've read before that I summoned for myself to read because I don't know how long we're going to be waiting. Uh-huh.
What did you imagine?
I imagined the sea and the stars and a great valley and a range of mountains.
That's beautiful.
It was beautiful, but I got the feeling I shouldn't stay for too long. So I just made my room back at Fort Tamal.
So a moment later, Ticklebottom appears with Ali present, and he just looks around. You've been busy.
I wanted to see what I could do.
Good job.
Thank you. How did your trip go?
It went well. I have news from Our Lady. She was very pretty, wasn't she, Ellie?
She was. Almost made me fall for her.
Our beloved lady has allowed me to pass on a message to you all. The foreigner that came, he left something behind. That something is hurting the land and hurting the Queen. As long as it stays here, it will keep hurting and break the land. If you want to help the Queen feel better, you just need to take the thing, and you'll get the children back.
Okay.
And what's this thing?
Yeah.
It looks like a big blue crystal.
And where is this thing?
I can show you.
Ouch, son of a bitch. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. It was an accident.
The truth hurts sometimes.
How? So the stranger left that here.
Mm-hmm.
And how long ago was that?
This was a few weeks ago.
Only a few weeks ago.
Well, I mean, time is weird. The Queen
right.
tells me to tell you that it was 2 weeks before you entered the Feywild by material plane reckoning.
2 weeks. Material plane. And how long, I mean, for you, here in the Feywild, how long has it been?
Time works differently for individuals. For me, I think it's been a couple days.
Okay.
For the children, those children have been here for 10 years.
So they're not children at this point, I presume.
No, but if you want them to be children, we can make them children again.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
But in the meantime,
We should
Go
get
ahead.
some rest.
we should get some rest.
We should. You can all sleep here. All of you. All of you.
I'm okay with that.
And Ticklebottom, are we going to have separate rooms? It may be very difficult for you to fall asleep while I'm holding your hand.
This is a problem. We're still best friends, right?
Of course. I would never go back on that. May I have permission to let go of your hand?
Yes, you can let go of my hand.
And do I let go of his hand?
You can let go of his hand. Right. So, you guys can rest here, if you wish, for the night. For what believes to be the night. Now, the way in which time works is weird and different. You all gain the benefits of a full long rest after what you believe to be 8 hours of resting. Whether you rest inside the room or outside, whatever you're more comfortable with, the hallway is fairly safe, so you can stay out there, Wampum. Though Ticklebottom looks a little sad that you won't enter his home. In the morning, when everyone has woken up, bright and early, and if I remember rightly, we said that days in the Feywild become weeks in the material plane for you, or is it the other way around?
Other way around.
Other way around.
Other way around.
We rolled a 14.
Right. Yep. Correct. So days in the material plane are weeks on the Feywild. So you've got plenty of time. You haven't really been gone very long. Ticklebottom leads you away from his home when you're awoken, and begins to guide you towards where he's being led to go. The travel distance is actually quite great. You guys walk for at least a full day's worth of walking, 8 hours of walking, 20 miles or so, off into the eastern direction. As you begin to progress further, everything begins to shift about the Feywild. The vibrant colors, the warm air, and the wind that almost seems to be singing at you while you're walking around begins to dull itself into a dark grey. The wind song becomes more of a scream or a gasp of air as it passes, and trees slowly die and become more like piles of rock and ash. Ruins that once stood within the Feywild now look swallowed in darkness. The sky itself has turned black as there seems to be very little natural light as you get closer and closer to this point.
So,
We
insight check to see if,
evil, I say.
I was going to say insight to see if we're in the Shadowfell all of a sudden.
So I would say more like perception
Okay.
than insight.
4 plus 6, I think. So 10.
Wampum has a 24.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That's a lot.
It feels like you should be in a land that you've heard of to be the Shadowfell. You guys haven't actually been into the Shadowfell yet, so you don't quite know, but it seems like it would be that sort of thing to what you would expect. It certainly doesn't seem like the natural order of the Feywild.
How's Ticklebottom looking and doing?
He looks physically in pain. Every step he takes seems to get worse and worse.
Are we close to where we're headed?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to go
Kale.
home?
Mm-hmm.
Kale, if I just has a feeling, I don't think he's in the Fae no more.
Ticklebottom
Yeah,
should probably go home soon.
sure,
I don't want him to get hurt.
I'd hate for your new best friend to be hurt. Ticklebottom, if you could just point us in the correct direction, we'll travel the rest of the way ourselves, and you can go back home if you'd like.
He pulls out his panpipes and hands them to you. As long as you're blowing into the panpipes, you'll know where you need to go.
Okay.
Okay.
He will hand the pipes. Do I have to be blowing into them, Mr. Ticklebottom?
Anyone.
He'll hand them over to Wampum. Wampum, you probably have the strongest lungs of anybody out of all of us. So just keep blowing into this and lead the way.
Blow into this
Mm-hmm.
and start walking.
Yep.
Do you blow into the panpipes?
This better not be a trick.
I don't know.
I'll start blowing in the panpipe.
Okay. You find yourself to be unnaturally quite gifted at the panpipes, as they seem to play a myriad of tunes just simply from one single toot as you blow into them. But as you blow, it seems almost like the music carries you in a particular direction. You head and lead off towards this towered structure that is broken. It looks like the tower that you guys had come out of in Everland. The Moon Gleam Tower, which was huge towered structures combined around one another. It seems like one side of this obsidian structure has been torn apart and broken. Shooting out of the top of the ruins is this strange, sickly, pale shaft of light. you've seen white as beautiful typically, but the way in which this seems to shine, it's not like it's natural. It just feels wrong just looking at it. You know that you are close. You feel close to whatever this thing is. And you all feel danger. It feels dangerous. What are you guys going to do as you approach? Basically, you guys, if you're in Roll20, can see the map. You sense your target is inside the actual circular tower. The ruins all around shift in varying different heights, but shadows seem to shift and reach out towards you. What are you doing?
Well, it says this target be in that circle up there.
And Ticklebottom has left us, right?
Yep, he's gone
Okay.
back.
Should
I've
I
got
light?
the sense we're gonna have to fight our way through.
Mm-hmm.
Should I light a light?
I thinks we be in some evil.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
I am going to take a look around for places that I could hide and get vantages on the area or the tower to get a closer look. I'm not
Lafcadio,
going there. I'm just looking.
how long does your light last?
Well, I can make a simple light and just put it on something that Wampum is carrying, if you like. That should last for an hour.
Do it.
Okay. The light that you cast with this simple cantrip does begin to emit, but it almost looks like the light rays itself are being pulled away, like a wisp of smoke just slowly flickering away from Wampum as you cast light on Wampum, right? What you did on his
Wampum,
shield.
where should I put the light on you, if you don't mind being our beacon?
He just points to his shield.
Right, put it on his shield.
Okay. So you can see the light and it will constantly give off light, but there's definitely something inside that tower that is almost feeding off of it.
Kale,
Mm-hmm.
do you know if the gods can reach these places?
Certain gods can reach anywhere, I imagine.
All right.
Would I know anything about gods that might be in the Shadowfell?
It's very unlikely. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say Feywild maybe, but not quite the Shadowfell.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
But just as I explained before we went to the Feywild, if this is indeed the Shadowfell, then it's basically the opposite of where we just were. I don't have a list of rules for everybody to follow here. I don't know as much about it, but just be careful. It's a rough place, and don't let it overcome you. You might start feeling dreadful, from what I understand, but don't just stay positive.
Reminds me of Westgate.
We should definitely eat anything and everything we find. Is that right?
That is not right at all. If you find any food, I doubt you'll find any food here. But if you do, don't put anything in your mouth, whether it's food or not.
Mr. Kale,
Public service announcement from Alfred Heroes.
you didn't feel anything as we changed from the Fey to the Shadow.
Well, seeing as how Mr. Ticklebottom was still with us, I think we may still be in the Feywild, but that this may be some sort of breach into the Shadowfell. I'm not sure.
Kale, if I remember correctly, you are the only person in the party of Fey ancestry.
Correct.
Right. Your natural non-Fey half, because you're not a full elf, are you? You're
Half
elf, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So your non-Fey half has been helping you up until this point, But at this moment, from this point on, as you get closer to this tower, you're going to feel that whatever is inside there is feeding off of the Fey aspect of you. So you're going to start to feel sick. The closer you get to it, the worse you're going to get. To the point where if you get close enough, you could potentially, like, you feel like you could be in serious danger if you get too close yourself. Right?
You're right.
Mr. Carroll, you look scared.
You look really pale.
Yeah. I don't feel great. Perhaps you should all, or some of you should maybe just go scout and come back and let me know, and I'll just stay away out here.
Allie, fly around stealthily and then report back, and then we'll see whether we take the front entrance or I throw a rope up there.
Fly around stealthily.
I will hold out my lucky rock for guidance.
Roll a stealth check.
That means, Allie, you need to hold your wings when you fly.
27.
Add a D4.
Oh,
Add a D4. Get over that 30. That's what you need. You need to get over that 30.
that was 27.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a 28.
Damn it.
All right. You fly off and you do begin to sink into the shadows. Shadows is your natural environment. You're used to being within the shadows, and so it feels right for you. As you begin to move around, I need you to roll a perception check as you're scouting the area.
All right, with advantage, or?
No, just not.
Okay. All right. So, and that was perception?
Perception, yes.
So my natural, or my normal one is a 20, and I rolled lower than that, so.
Okay. So with your passive perception, you look around and you can see, obviously, you see the shaft of light that's just illuminating the tower area, and you move around to get a better vantage point. You get to a point where you can see the crystal inside there. It's hovering about 5 or 6 foot off the floor, just gently spiraling in its position. It seems to glow and almost beat as it as it seems to be feeding right now, or like it seems to be giving off energy. In front of the tower, you see a 20-foot diameter sphere of darkness. And the darkness sphere is moving.
Towards me? Or just moving in general?
It seems to be generally stalking through the ruins.
All right, and it hasn't seen me yet, or anything like that?
Hasn't seen you.
And
Whatever
is there
this
anyone near the
darkness
crystal?
is. No, do not stick your head in there.
No, I said is there
No.
anyone near the crystal?
No one's near the crystal. No one's near
Okay.
the crystal. Everyone's still outside the ruins.
I am going to stealthily report back what I found. So, fly down, land there. There's a rolling thing of darkness. Kind of just moving around. Maybe it's friendly. I would bet not. And the crystal is definitely in that tower, and it is kind of glowing and getting kind of bigger, I guess.
Okay.
So I do have the ability to zap in and zap out of a place if I have some direction. Is it so big that I couldn't carry it?
And how big was the crystal again?
So it was floating 5 foot off the ground. It looked to be about a foot long and maybe half a foot wide, just this big piece of crystal.
We could carry it, but I feel like if you teleported in and grabbed it and teleported back, it might kill Kale immediately.
The crystal? Why would it do that?
Well, it's what's hurting the Feywild, right?
Let cardio look at him. He ain't feeling too good.
And Ticklebottom wasn't feeling well either.
Well, so what do we
Maybe
do with
we-
it?
Maybe we should try to destroy it.
Oh, wait. Kale, mate, you still have that fancy bag.
I do, but if the crystal is tearing open a gateway to another dimension, I think putting it in the extra dimensional space of our bag might not work out so great.
Or maybe it'll work out phenomenally.
Okay. Are there any other ideas? Maybe let's table that one.
Break it.
I agree with Nos on this one.
So, DM, when
Yeah.
you say that the light that I put on Wampum's shield, it's flowing towards the tower.
So normally, light obviously irradiates in every direction until it's blocked. It seems like in here, the light is being bent towards the tower. So the visual, it looks like the rays are slowly being turned, but it is being bent towards the tower.
So I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, would more light be better, or would more light be worse? Like, is light feeding the tower, in which case less light would be optimal, or would more light drown out the darkness? Lafcadio isn't very bright either, so
Yeah, I don't know how Lafcadio would determine it. What he would think, either way, you're probably the best guess of that. Whether or not it's right or not, you don't really know. But it could go either way.
I can make daylight. They just shine it in there and see what happens.
Eyes all for it. Go ahead.
Ali is dead.
No!
He's back. Damn it.
All right. So what you guys gonna do?
Lafcadio, I'll do it. I know you have a limited pool of magic power to draw on. And since I can't go in there anyway, I may as well do something helpful.
Can you cast spells from a distance?
I sure can. And how far can this go? So how far away are we from, like, the middle
I
of
would
this
say
tower?
you'll be where you currently are on our little map here. So 60 foot or so, 65 foot.
And, I mean, with these walls, I probably can't see, like, straight into there, can I?
It's a bit broken, but yeah. Light is being bent in this area, so yes, you can look in a particular direction and all light will shift towards it, so you'll be able to see it.
Okay. Then 60 feet out, I'll wiggle my fingers and throw a little mote of light will come out and go 60 feet away and then burst into daylight.
Okay. As you erupt the daylight spell, daylight appears. It seems to have no effect on the crystal, though.
How do you feel, mate? Do you feel any better?
Do I?
No.
No, not at all. But I feel better about one of you going and taking a look at it. Maybe you love cardio because you're kind of magical.
I am kind of magical, that's right. Well, what if I get in there? What should I do?
Just look at it and see if you can figure out what the hell's going on.
Should he try to break it?
Maybe not immediately, because that could be bad.
So do I if we're still in the Feywild, I trust everyone way too much. So do I trust that, Kale has faith in me and I should just charge ahead?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. All right. Sounds good to me.
Well, I mean,
Wait.
take someone with you.
As the daylight was cast, though, and as the light began to illuminate,
The giant.
you watch as a big 20-foot diameter sphere of darkness steps out in front of it. It's not complete darkness, it's more dim, so it's not actually dark. No one's blinded by it. But you see a creature in that darkness. A demon, which should not be in the Feywild. Just categorically, no. That's just a thing that doesn't happen, shouldn't happen, but it's here, and it's protecting this crystal.
Oh, that ain't right.
And it's seen you, so I'd like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh yeah, I gotta use this.
Wampum has a 16.
20 for me.
Okay, so Wampum with a 16, 20 from Ali.
15 for Kale.
Okay, 15 for Kale. And it looks like we have a 7 for Nos and a 14 for Lafcadio.
Word.
Okay. Then top of the round is Ali. With your 20, you see this creature, this winged demon, claw its way over the ruins around towards you. What are you doing?
Well, first, I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, right behind there.
Okay.
And can I withhold my attack until the end of the round?
You can ready an attack action under a certain condition. What would the trigger be?
Coming within about 20 feet of me in any directions.
Okay. And which attack would you ready?
Crossbow.
Crossbow. Okay.
But... And he's a devil, correct?
It's a demon.
Demon. And they speak Infernal, correct?
You don't know.
Oh. I am
Roll a
going
history
to...
check to see if you might know. You are
Sure.
of a demonic persuasion.
Sure. I will roll a history check. That would be a 19 with my 1 modifier.
Okay. No, they don't speak in... Well, they might speak Infernal. You don't know what languages this thing speaks. Infernal, Abyssal, all of these are all typical, but devils usually speak Infernal.
All right. I'm going to yell at it in common. I'll be like, get out of here!
No. You hear telepathically.
What brings you here? Why are you here?
To kill.
Who?
Oh,
Oh, that makes sense.
clears that up.
All right. Wampum.
Wampum says, well, I don't know about no crystal, but I do know what to do with this thing. 10, 15, 20.
And was it communicating with all of us telepathically or just me?
It responded to you telepathically.
Go get it, Wampum! It's an awesome!
Not Paul. All.
Oh.
And I'm going to throw my axe at it.
Okay.
A 16 plus 10, so 26.
26 will hit it.
And I'm going to yell at a low dwarf tone that I'm coming to take his life. So it needs to make a wisdom save for menacing attack.
That's a 20.
It makes it safe.
Yeah, so how much damage do you deal with that?
Oh. 17 points.
Okay. Anything else from Wampum?
I'm gonna my second attack. It's a 16.
That will miss.
Okay. I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
Which is a 18 plus 10, 28.
That hits.
And I needed to roll another save, please.
That's another success.
All right. That was a pretty crappy roll right there. 15 points of damage.
Okay.
And
Seems to be just shrugging these attacks off easily.
And the last attack is a nat 20.
That'll do it. Here's where I tell you had this disadvantage.
No.
Fine. No. Be good. Go ahead and roll that crit.
All right, that's going to be. You wouldn't believe that. On
Roll bad.
3 8-sided dice, I just rolled 3 1s.
The normal attack is 1d8. You get an extra d8 because you're throwing it.
Right.
So you rolled 3d8, right? So roll a fourth.
Another one.
Now that one's actually a 5.
Okay.
So that's
what's the
8.
total?
8 plus 6, 14.
Okay. Anything else from you?
That is it.
Okay. Well, the Nabasu, which, if anyone is interested, comes from Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, will slowly creak over the ruins to become clear, look right at Wampum, and use its soul-stealing gaze. I need Wampum to roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh, that's not going to be good. I rolled a nat 1.
Okay.
But I'm going to use my Indomitable and re-roll that save, which is going to be a 16 with no modifier.
16 is what you needed to succeed.
Woo!
So there is no effect to the soul-stealing gaze. It will, however, move up into melee range and strike out at you with one with its claws, one with its bite.
And is that within 20 feet of me?
Yes, I believe that does put it 20 feet.
Woohoo.
So you go ahead and make your attack first.
18.
18 will hit this thing.
And let's see. And would I get the sneak attack because not counting me, it has a ally of mine next to them who is not incapacitated?
Correct.
All right. So a 6 plus, and then 12, 16, 21 damage from a sneak attack.
Okay. Then as it takes the bolt, it does strike down on Wampum with its claws. That is a 21 to hit.
That does hit.
That'll be 17 points of slashing damage. And then it reaches out with a huge maw to bite down on top of you.
Okay.
That's a 15 to hit.
That does miss.
Okay. All right. That is the Nabasu finished. Kale.
it doesn't seem to be being affected by the daylight spell at all?
The daylight spell, no,
Okay.
because it seems to be creating its own darkness.
I could try something hardcore.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
All right. Kale steals his resolve and prepares a spell. He gets a little pouch of he sticks his hand into like a climbing pouch, like this, that would normally have chalk in it. And he does it like chalk, but it's actually silver dust. And he sprints over to this thing and tries to grab its face and cast the Dispel Evil and Good spell to dismiss it back to its home plane.
I'm assuming it needs to make a save.
It needs to make a charisma saving throw of 17. And actually, I have to do... Do I have to melee spell attack? So...
Yeah.
Ooh, 18 plus some amount.
Well, what's the sum amount?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Spell attack 9.
Okay.
So yeah, 27.
That hits. Unfortunately, it rolls an 18 on its save.
Son of a bitch.
I know. Magical creatures.
Well,
Anything else?
oh, guess I'll die.
You're not gonna die. All
He's
right,
just gonna eat your
Arcadia.
soul.
I like the way you're thinking, Kale. And I pull out my Rod of the Pact Keeper and I aim it at the demon. And I say, "Be gone from here, fell foe!" And I cast Banishment.
Okay.
Banishment.
That's 18 charisma save.
It has advantage on the save because it's magical resistance. Wisdom save or charisma?
Charisma.
Saving throw. Okay.
That's right, that's a 19.
Success.
19.
It rolls a 21 with advantage. So,
Bastard.
anything else from you, Arcadia?
I will move to get an unobstructed view of this fella.
Okay.
That's it.
Nice.
Blessed Golden Lady, your servant needs you. Ah! Bust into a rage, go dashing forward. Does it still have the magical darkness surrounding it?
It's not. It's dim light. So
Dim
all it
light.
does is it reduces vision to a point of perception checks are at disadvantage.
Great. I will pop up on this side of it, run, dash. Not dash, but just run. And then I will unleash as much as I can on it. That's a critical.
That's an nat 20. Go ahead and roll that damage.
That's 12 plus 8, so 20.
Okay.
On top of 5 radiant. And then I will do it again. That is a 19 total.
That will hit.
And
It's a
that is-
27 actually because you're flanking it.
Oh, great. We're doing flanking. Awesome.
I think we said we were a long time
Yeah.
ago, weren't we?
Cool.
So, yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, 14 slashing on, in addition to that. And then I'm going to use an action surge.
Okay.
And I am going to attempt to grapple it.
Okay.
Full Nelson.
Make an athletics check versus its athletics or acrobatics. It'll use athletics.
Mine is at advantage, being raged.
It rolls a 25.
Oh, I got a 20.
Okay. So it succeeded. You failed to grapple it. But you've got
But
one
I
more attack,
succeeded
right?
in hurting it. Do I? Yes, I think. No. No, I don't. I did, glaive and glaive.
Yes, but when you action surge, that gives you
get-
one extra action. You take the attack action. One of your attacks can be used to grapple. You still have one more attack. Grapple
I
is
didn't know
considered
that-
an attack.
Okay, great. Natural 19, champion.
That's going to... Yep, that'll do it.
Magical slashing, 17 plus 6.
Okay, 23.
Eat my light!
He might actually. Ali,
Yes.
what are you
My
going to do?
turn. I will go boom, 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 boom. Right? 5,
Mhm.
10, 15, 20. And I am going to fire my... Actually, I'm going to go right there. That'll be my 30. And I can still see over that wall, correct?
Yes, if you position yourself up above, then yes.
I will fire my crossbow again
Okay,
at it and call it names.
go ahead and call it names.
You smell weird. I'm going to kind of shrug and just be like, that's all I got. 18 plus 8, 26.
That'll hit.
For 6 whole damage, plus sneak attack, right? Because I haven't done it this round.
Yes.
One, 2, 4, 6. So 8 damage plus the 6 damage. So 14 total. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's looking heavily wounded. Anything else from you, Ali?
I will use my... I always forget the name of this. My cunning action to go into hiding behind the wall.
Okay. Stealth check. To hide.
Natural 20 plus 12, 32.
Okay. Fair enough. You can run. Well, you can also hide, but I'll find you. All right. Wampum, what are you going to do?
He's in between a rock and a hard place.
Which one's
He's the
which?
hard place.
Okay. Go ahead, Wampum.
Swing for a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Roll me a wisdom save, please. DC 17.
He succeeds.
Okay. That's a little bit better roll this time. 8 and 6 is 14. That's 20 points of damage.
Okay.
And my second attack is a 17 and 10. 27?
Okay, that'll hit. Remember, if you're attacking in melee, you don't get the extra D8
Correct.
throwing. Yep. Okay.
Right.
So go ahead.
And I am going to use Distracting Strike. Ooh. And that's 24 points of damage.
Okay. And what does Distracting Strike do?
The next attack that is on him has advantage.
Okay. All right. It's his turn next. He senses the Fae. And as such, he's going to grab the Fae creature.
Oh no.
I need Kale to roll either an athletics or an acrobatics check, please. And beat a 19.
Oh boy. Okie dokie. I got a 19.
Yay, we didn't get him
Well
Kale
done.
killed.
On,
Hit him with your stick.
It will do it a second time.
Yeah.
So you need to beat a 23 this time.
Oh, nope, I would have had to roll a 20 to do that, and I rolled a 5.
Alright, so you are now grappled. It will use its soul-stealing gaze, but this time it will use it on... Let's pick... Nos. Nos, can you roll a charisma saving throw, please?
I will use saving face on that.
Okay.
So that is plus 4.
All right. You
Fine.
succeed. No ill effect there. However, the Nabasu is going to move with Kale. and it is going to fly. It will provoke an attack of opportunity from Nos and Wampum. But the question is, Nos, did your ability, the +4 that you just got from that didn't take up your reaction, did it?
No, that's
Okay.
just a addition.
All right. So, if either of you wish to attack, you can do so.
Heck yeah.
And since he's between us, we get an advantage.
Yep. You get advantage when it breaks away.
26.
28.
Both of those will hit. 18 points of slashing damage from Nos.
Magic.
Wampum, how much do you deal?
And that is for 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Right. It picks up Kale and tries to fly off towards the crystal that seems to be feasting on the Fey essence. But combined, the two of you manage to break its wings. It falls once again, which does cause Kale to fall at your feet. The demonic creature dies and disappears from view.
I like to imagine as I impale him, Wampum smacks his head and makes him go further onto the stick, and I just got this demon on a stick now.
Yes. So, as you enjoy the glory of that battle, and Kale is in pain, what are you guys going to do? You still have this crystal to deal with.
I'm gonna head towards the crystal stealthily, using the walls as cover.
I'm not even worried about stealth. I'm running to the crystal.
I'm worried that more will pop up.
All right.
I am going to shove the demon off with my boot, and then, in a suave manner, attempt to bolster Kale.
Okay. So, Ali and Wampum, you see a crystal floating within a shaft of light. Blue, vibrating, almost pulsing, beating crystal. What do you do?
Wampum, rock, paper, scissors. If you win, we smash it. If I win, I'll go and touch it. We'll try and
Okay.
move it.
2, 3.
Have Allie and Wampum gone after the crystal?
Yeah. All right.
So, Ali
I'll go
wins.
touch it.
And
Okay.
and as Allie's walking up there, I'm gonna laugh and I'm gonna throw my hammer at it.
Okay, go ahead and throw your hammer.
That's only a 5 plus 10, 15.
Okay. The hammer starts heading towards it, but the whole area just seems to shift. Light makes things change. Ali,
Mhm.
would a 15 hit you?
No.
Okay, then it just passes Ali's
Oh
head.
wait, no, that's my armor class, so that's
Yeah,
equal
your
to
armor
it.
class.
So it
Okay.
hit me.
So 15 hits. Go ahead and roll the damage from your thrown warhammer.
Oh no! That's a 7, 5, 12, and that's a total of 18.
And all of the, am I able to evade on one of them?
You weren't expecting this, so
That's true.
unfortunately, not really.
All right.
You take 18 points of bludgeoning damage as the hammer hits you.
Ow! Wampum,
Move next time!
I'm sorry you lost. No need to be a sore loser about it. Jeez. Ow. I'm gonna try and
It's
push
only
the
a bruise.
crystal over, just gonna onto the ground.
Okay. You reach out to grab it, and it's very cold to the touch. Very, very cold to the touch. Such that your hands begin to freeze almost instantly when you touch them. When you touch it. I need a con save from you.
All right.
This is a dangerous thing to just
That's
touch.
true. Alright, what's my con modifier plus 2? That'd be a 13 total.
Okay. You will take 15 points of necrotic damage,
Alright.
as you're effectively under the effect of a chill touch spell when you touched it. But you can touch it and you can push it, you can knock it. The crystal falls over, hits the ground, and you watch as the earth almost seems to be eaten away by the crystal.
Oh no. And are my hands still stuck to it?
No, they were just
Okay.
instantly, you just took the damage and then that was it.
Okay. I just start like warming up my hands, like, and back away from the crystal. I just say, "Help!"
Which is slowly sinking in into the hole.
I'm gonna pass kill to Lafcadio and go charging in there.
Right.
Wait, Lafcadio, why are you the only one here? Why didn't you go look at the crystal?
I can't just leave you, mate. What are you gonna do if another demon shows up?
I feel like it's probably worse that we're letting the other 3 attack a crystal, a magic thing, deal with magic stuff.
What could go wrong?
I guess we'll find out.
Nos, you see the crystal prone on the ground, slowly eating away, creating a tunnel for itself that just digs deeper and deeper into the ground.
I'm gonna
every few
jump
seconds.
and lunge with my spear or my glaive and say, "The golden goddess commands you to yield!"
Roll an attack.
Please don't plunge me.
That is a 28 to
Oh,
hit.
sorry, I didn't. I
don't
was
have
waiting
to.
for
You don't have
you
to.
to.
Don't worry about it.
28 will hit. The glaive smashes against the edge of the crystal. It begins to break and shatter. Shards of this light just explode out beyond. How much damage do you deal to it?
15 magical slashing in addition to 6 radiant.
Okay, so you take 21 points of damage, but the crystal is destroyed.
Yay!
Slowly but surely, over the course of the next minute, everything just seems to change back into the familiar Feywild. Never have you been relieved to be in the Feywild before. But when everything changes from being dark to the beautiful light of the Feywild, and there is Ticklebottom.
My face is torn up by shrapnel, but I'll spin my glaive and put it back on my back. Like, no big deal.
Gail.
Oh, we probably should have picked up the pieces of the crystal.
Seems inert now.
Well done, well done. You defeated, you destroyed the thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's broken.
They did? Oh. Didn't see that coming.
I run up and give Ticklebottom a hug.
Oh, no kidding. I know who you are. How are you feeling, Mr. Wizard?
Better. Wasn't great, but it's clearing up.
Good, good. Well, on behalf of the Queen, the Fall of Fae thanks you. We don't know what that thing was doing, only that it was hurting the very nature that is Fae, breaking down the barriers between us and the planes around. You'll
So-
find that the Feywild won't be encroaching upon your land so much.
Mr. Ticklebottom,
Yeah.
you said it was a big thing that brought that thing.
Yeah, big thing.
What did it look like?
It looked like you, but bigger.
It's large and it
Gray
gray
skin.
skin and tattoos that
Yeah.
move.
Did you see it?
I might know what that is.
No, you told me about it.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
I don't know if I know.
What does Casey think it is?
I think it might be some kind of Goliath.
It's just reasonable that a hobgoblin would assume so.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds like a Goliath.
It would fit the description, yeah, because we've all seen a Goliath back at the thing.
Mhm.
Or a stone giant.
Maybe.
We don't have either of those things in the Underdark.
But seeing what it did to our demon friend here, a normal Goliath wouldn't be able to carry it.
Who says we're dealing with a normal Goliath? If the tattoos move and shift, then he could be magical.
More this dang magic.
Hey man, we're in it now.
Magic.
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I Mr. Ticklebottom, you said that we know where the kids are.
Mhm. And simply as you discuss them, you will hear a rustle in the trees, as if creatures are moving towards. I have been instructed to ask one last time. Do you want them as children again?
Yes.
So they
Well,
stay as they're
okay.
adventurers now. Or,
And
That should be up to them.
Yes,
in-
I agree.
There was a yes, and being impulsive, he took the yes. 7 children come rushing out. They stop. They look like they're wearing overgrown clothing that looks like adventuring gear. So armor made out of leather and leaves and whatever they could find around here. But now they're children again. They all look very confused. And children.
Well, I reckon they
These
won't be
people are
using
here to help you.
that gear anymore.
yeah.
Doesn't fit them.
True. True.
Owie,
Let's take ye home.
Thank you. Thank you.
How long have you been here, kids?
We lost track after the first 3 years.
Okay, so you still remember not being children currently?
Yep. And you just look across their faces and, yep.
Well, that's some weird Feywild magic for you. Don't know what to do about that. Let's
Hey,
head back to...
You got a longer lifespan. Congratulations.
On the bright side, you'll probably forget about everything the minute you go home.
That's true.
Can we go home?
I hope so, he'll say, turning to Ticklebottom.
I'm just kind of gathering up any dropped items that they may have.
Yeah, what kind of
Weapons
magic
or
items these guys have?
swords? Just-
They had no magic items.
but they were fancy, and that's good
They
enough
were
for me.
They had, all of them were wearing forms of hide or leather armor. So if you would like to wear hide, you can wear hide or leather. Either one. But they were
Pass.
mundane.
Mr. Ticklebottom,
Yes.
perchance, would you know how we could get back out of here? Sorry, I thought I heard something.
Oh.
But yeah.
No. Yes, I know how you can get out. Follow me. Oh, before I go, can I get my pan flute back?
I was getting pretty good at it.
I could hear. and he'll start playing his tune, his pan flute of locate object, and dances around, leading you back towards the place where you first entered, the same entrance you had come in not one day earlier.
So it's that little door?
It's a way in which the trees have naturally grown to form a interconnecting archway. It almost looks like two white oaks have reached up, bent over, and just started intertwining their branches. And in the archway created by them is just a path, but the area beyond it has the natural hue of normal land, green, not colourful as much as the Feywild. That's the way to go. It's been fun.
Wait. Before we go. We owe you. This. It was an agreement.
Oh. And he'll take it.
It's the horse.
Yeah. He will place it on the ground next to him.
Allie's gonna wait until everyone else crosses butt. She's not gonna let Ticklebomb leave until she talks to him.
Wampum is the first one through the door.
All right. Wampum. Leaving through the barrier, exiting the Feywild. Some stuff is gonna happen. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw, Wampum.
That is a... What is that? Light's going out here. That is a 16 plus... wisdom save plus 3, so 19.
Then nothing happens to you. You step out. According to the time of day, the way the light has shifted, it's about mid-morning, actually. It's only been a couple hours since you left. Who's after Wampum?
I'm gonna make sure the kids go through first, and then I'll go.
Okay. I don't know what's worse. All of them having failed, except one. All of the children have no knowledge of what happened except one of them, who has perfect recollection.
And he's Peter Pan.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Peter from Narnia.
So they leave. Nos, are you stepping through them? Wisdom save.
Something happens to Nos.
Nos has no memory of any time spent in the Feywild. In fact, you believe you're just about to step through the doorway the day before.
Okay, then I'll step back through.
Yeah.
All right, let's find those kids.
Which are on the other side of the doorway now if you've stepped on through. Okay. Who's going to explain to Nos what just happened?
Nas, is everything all right? Why'd you come back?
I'm fine. I don't know. And let's find those kids.
The kids are on. Turn around. They're through there.
Turn around.
They just went through the door.
You forgot.
Ooh.
Push.
Okay. What?
You push her out. Wisdom
Back
save
through.
again, please.
No, I'd rather make an athletics. Contested athletics.
Okay, you're going to try and stay in. Okay. If you're going to actively stop Ali, there's no way you're going to be able to stay.
I just
there's
think it'd
no way
be
you're
funny
gonna-
if she tried to push me and I didn't budge at all.
Yeah.
You don't move.
What do you
Allie
do?
just kind of offers a shrug.
Do I have something on me?
It was a bug. You're welcome.
Thanks. All right. Thanks.
No, really, the kids they're on the other side of the doorway here. I'll explain it later. It's fine. Just trust me, Wampum's over there waiting for you.
All right. But you gotta explain it later.
Yeah,
Of
course.
I'll step back there.
Make another wisdom save. We could keep going like this for a while.
Yes, we can. I got a 7. I'll step back there. All right, let's save those kids.
Does Wampum like grab her or restrain her?
Is there not a gaggle of children like right on the other side of the doorway?
As soon as they left, they started tearing off back towards Silvery Moon. So I guess by the time she comes out the second time,
I'm
there's
so
no kids
confused.
Wait, does her time dilation change after she goes through again?
That's a good point. That is a good point. Nos, roll a d20. Feywild, man. 3. So days in the real world become hours in the Feywild. So trying to figure out how that translates into the difference between Wampum still stood outside
Just sitting there.
and you take a minute, it actually lasts a couple hours for Wampum's recollection. So by the time you come out the second time and forget everything, it's confusing, you're confused, there's no children, and Wampum, Nos has come out and then back in and out and back in. What are you going to do?
When she comes out my way, I'm grabbing her.
Okay. Would you stop Wampum?
No, I wouldn't stop Wampum.
All right. Who's going next?
Kelmate. The Shadowfell was leaking into the material, and the Feywild was leaking into the material. Do we suspect this is just the Fey trying to get our attention to help us come in, to get us to come in and take care of the problem, or is there still a problem that we need to solve? Do you think?
I suppose that's something we'll find out when we get back.
All right then. I jump through.
Wisdom save.
That's a 4.
You jump out and forget everything about the Feywild. You see Nos being held by Wampum. No Kale. No Ali.
Is everything all right?
You're fine. Just wait a minute. You're fine.
Trust in the dwarf.
Allie will back away from the thing and motion for Kale.
I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Before I go, Mr. Ticklebottom.
Mhm.
Is there an easy way for me to return here later?
You need to come back.
I do. I'm looking for someone, and I think they're here.
Then if you want to come back,
I also wanted to
he
ask.
asks for your name.
Now, I know what giving you my true name implies.
Mhm.
All right. My name is Kale Irvine.
Thank you, Kale Irvine. You will always be able to find a way back to the Feywild.
Sounds great. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Specifically, and I'll have to double check the exact wording on it, but I know there is a blessing of Seldarin. I can't remember the exact wording of it. From Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, that outlines the idea that at will you will always know the distance to the closest entrance to the Feywild.
Okay.
Okay.
Much obliged. And I'll leave you two to whatever it is you need to talk about. And he'll walk backwards through the portal.
As you moonwalk out of the Feywild, being of Fey ancestry, you are unaffected by the Feywild memory loss, and so you have full recollection, just as Wampum does.
All right, good. So you're all here.
Ali, I know what
Yeah.
you're going to say, but it won't work between us.
Allie,
You
laughs.
can't stay here for eternity.
I know.
I'll grow old.
I don't want to forget my best friend in the Feywild. And she gives him a hug, and she just goes... Also, she never told him. Her name was Allie, by the way. But,
Oh, okay. Nika.
Nika. And she gives him a really tight hug, and she just goes, I just want something to remember you by. Even if I forget. And she whispers her true name, which I won't say on the stream, but is in the document I sent you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And she's going to open her pack, and she's going to find something that she thinks he would like, and she's going to give it to him.
You have a myriad of little trinkets that you've picked up from time to time. The one in which you reach for in this particular occasion is, strangely enough, a little shiny little cube that has a picture on the outside that when you can fold, and it opens up to show different pictures, and you have this little trinket that you can just play with, and it shows I think 12 different images that could possibly, with all the arrangements and whatnot. You hand it to him, and he immediately starts playing with it, flipping. Ooh. He seems enraptured by this little thing.
And you're welcome. And I hope one day I see you again. And she's going to give him one last hug, and she's going to say, goodbye, best friend. And turn around and slowly walk towards the portal.
Okay. Roll a wisdom save.
That would be a 14 plus 2, so 16.
You will have all memory of everything that transpired in the Feywild. All right. Now, with everyone back over, you all turn back to look through the open doorway, and it doesn't look like a path to the Feywild anymore. It just looks like a normal patch of land, and anyone attempting to walk back, there is no path back. It's a closed door, and Kale can confirm with his essence and feeling there is no entrance to the Feywild within a couple miles, at least.
I'd like to turn to Wampum and say, am I wearing a hat?
Yes, you are.
What are we waiting for?
Mission complete, everybody.
I don't understand the words that you're saying.
I will explain it to you in great detail on the way back to Silvery Moon.
Okay. And as our party of heroes make their way back to Silvery Moon, we will end the session there tonight, folks. I hope you had as much fun as we did playing within the Feywild. We will continue our adventure next week on Half Rate Heroes. You can follow along with everything that we do on Twitter. We are at Crituitous RP. And if you like to support us and play with us from time to time in our private campaigns or games nights, you can support us over on patreon.com/Teovant. And give us a follow here in Twitch. Share us with your friends. Let everyone know how awesome Half-Rate Heroes are. These guys are great. Thank you. Good night.
Thanks for following, guys.
Goodbye.